Trump signs an executive order for AI in education. Is this a strategic move against America? As I sit here and take in all of the news from every direction, all I see is deceivers, liars, corporate media, cover-ups, agenda, all pushing the same propaganda. It's time for a game changer, a visionary, an innovative person who changes the way that people think of the situations. It's time for Game Changer TV, telling it like it is. Get in the game. Thank you for tuning in to Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is April 28th, 2025, and President Trump just issued an executive order a couple of days ago on releasing AI into education. Was this a strategic move against America? Hold on to y'all's horses. Trump is for America, says Trump supporters. He would not plot against America. I just did a video on him betraying Governor Sarah Huckabee and not sending Arkansas any funds for the devastation that they experienced in the tornadoes. And I said, if he could betray his press secretary, do you think he has any sense of loyalty to people that he doesn't know? So he just released the AI into education via executive order. But the people that love him say, that's not bad. Trump is for America. We trust him. He's not going to do anything to hurt us. Well, are you ready for this? Trump signs an executive order for AI in education. Now, this happened back in March, and MAGA supporters were so excited about this announcement. Trump signs order to dismantle U.S. Education Department. But when I saw this in March, I made a note to myself in my little notebook, and I wrote beside it, I said, what will replace this? Well, now we're about to find out. Trump signs order to give AI training to U.S. kids. Trump signs executive order for AI education in K through 12 school. Trump signs executive order for AI education for K through 12 schools. It's not that serious, Terry. He is for us. You don't have to get upset about it. Everything's not a conspiracy. Trump loves us. And pay no attention to his little okay sign. Trump is for us. He's not against us. God sent Trump to us. Let's see this. Let's see this Trump supporter all excited about this AI in schools.
I absolutely hate politicians, but I love leaders who make the right decisions. Yesterday, President Trump signed the executive order for AI education in America. This changes the future of America. Number one, it'll create a new generation of students and kids and experts who will change the world because they will know how to work with artificial intelligence, how to use it for the benefit of mankind, of America, for economic growth, and solving some of the world's biggest problems. Number two, it creates really strong leadership for the future. Once we know how things work, we can build better things. We can grow. We can do so much more, not for just ourselves, but for the whole world. And number three, it puts you ahead of everybody else who's not doing these things. You know what? Leadership is about taking the steps that nobody else is taking. This is incredible. I love it. Every country should do this right this second.
I don't get his enthusiasm, but let's keep going. Things happen so fast with Trump in these 100 days, but he had so far written and released 137 executive orders in 2025. 137. And one that he released on his first full day in office, January 21st, 2025, was removing barriers to American leadership in artificial intelligence. And I covered this in another video. He took away any restraints, restrictions, safeguards, and everything off of artificial intelligence and implementing it into our lives. Okay? So I said that he opened the floodgates. And now it's a free-for-all, like the Wild West, people running out west staking their land. So as he removed all the restrictions off of AI on January 21st, now, a couple of days ago, April 25th, Trump signs an executive order incorporating AI into classrooms. Now, this guy right here seems to think, maybe like other Trump supporters think, that Trump is just going to be teaching the students how to use AI. But do y'all see what it says about the executive order? It's not just teaching, it's incorporating AI technology into the classroom. Not just the normal kind of school education that we got 40, 50 years ago, 20 years ago. It's going to be schools that are fitted with artificial intelligence on every level. It's not going to be learning about it. It's going to be it being a part of these students' everyday life. Trump signs a flurry of executive actions and memos on day one, and it has not stopped. Now, before I show y'all this next article, I wanted to show y'all who The Hill is. The Hill is a top U.S. political website read by the White House and more lawmakers than any other site vital for policy, politics, and election campaigns. Summary: The Hill is a nonpartisan newspaper for and about Congress, breaking stories from Capitol Hill, K Street, and the White House. The Hill is the premier source for policy and political coverage, reporting on every aspect of business in Washington, D.C. and the campaign trail. The Hill, formed in 1994, is an American newspaper and digital media company based in Washington, D.C., focusing on politics, policy, business, and international relations. The Hill's coverage includes the U.S. Congress, the presidency, the executive branch, and election campaigns. The Hill was ranked second for 2000 online in 2020 for online politics readership across all news sites, behind only CNN, remaining ahead of Politico, Fox News, and NBC News. So they're pretty reputable. And look at this headline. April 22nd, 2025. Trump is transforming Americans from citizens to subjects via executive orders, one behind another, dismantling everything.
They tried, they sued, they threw the book. They thought they'd keep him down. They used the courts, tried every trick, but he's still coming round. They schemed, they fought to make him fall, but all their plans fell flat. They took their shots, he took them all, and now he's coming back. Don't you ever think we just walked away? We'll always fight through. We can't face while the CDC's unwound. Don't you ever think we just walked away? We'll always fight through. We can't fake a smile, the stakes are high. We'll always want truth. He's coming like a wrecking ball. He's never hit so hard before. We're drilling for the fuel we need and raising terrorists high. Yeah, we're gonna fly. He never meant to start a fight. He just wanted us to win. Instead of going down, we'll rise and bring back pride within. Don't you ever say we just walk away. We'll always fight for truth. He's coming like a wrecking ball. He's never hit so hard before. Now he's gonna build the wall, and he's gonna make you see. Yeah, he's coming like a wrecking ball. The land we love's coming back strong, and he's gonna build the wall and bring us liberty. Yeah, you're gonna see. We're setting free.
That's a song from the Trump supporters. But The Hill is reporting not even a week ago that Trump is transforming Americans into subjects. And he is coming in like a wrecking ball with all of these executive orders. Is the AI in education executive order a strategic move for or against America? And who is he playing for? The globalists or Americans? Should Americans be celebrating along with this man? Or is this man and the others like him just simply gullible? Gullible, easily persuaded to believe something. So who is he playing for? Let's just look at different things and see where the evidence takes us. Do dictators take power via propaganda? Yes, propaganda plays a significant role in dictatorships, both in gaining and maintaining power. It is used to shape public opinion, cultivate a cult of personality, and suppress dissent. Dictators often utilize propaganda to create a narrative that portrays them as strong and competent leaders while demonizing their opponents. Does any of that seem familiar? Are political repeated slogans propaganda? Yes, repeated political slogans can be a form of propaganda. Propaganda uses techniques to influence public opinion. Propaganda is defined as deliberate, systematic attempt to shape perceptions, manipulate cognitions, and direct behavior to achieve a specific response. Slogans are tools of propaganda. Slogans are short, simple, and memorable phrases designed to quickly promote ideas and motivate action. Make America Great Again, MAGA, America First, fight, 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 winning. We're going to win so much you're going to be sick of winning. Never surrender. Slogans are short, simple, memorable phrases promote ideas and motivate action. Okay? Do any of these words, any of these slogans evoke a specific emotion? Make America Great Again, MAGA, MAGA. And we know that's the highest degree in Satanism, MAGA. America First, fight, 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 winning. So Trump says all of these things for propaganda to hype people up that he's for them, and it's propaganda because let's see where the evidence is going to take us with this. Is propaganda used to control the masses? Yes, propaganda is often used to influence and control the masses by shaping their opinions and behaviors through various techniques. It can be employed to promote specific agendas, whether political, social, or commercial, by selectively presenting information using emotionally charged language or exploiting people's fears and biases. Is propaganda psychological warfare? Yes, propaganda is a key tool used in psychological warfare. Psychological warfare, also known as psywar, aims to influence the opinions, emotions, and actions of an opposing group through the strategic use of propaganda and other psychological operations. Says propaganda is a form of communication that aims to influence a target audience and thinking and actions. It can also be used to shape public opinion, justify actions, and undermine the enemy's legitimacy. Propaganda is specifically designed to manipulate and undermine an opponent's resolve without physical force. So, a couple of weeks after Trump came into office, like 3 weeks, Trump's vision for dismantling the Department of Education, and everybody was all excited, and I was fearful, saying, what are they going to do to take its place? Well, we're about to find out. The Department of Education is laying off approximately 1,300 employees, nearly half of its staff. The U.S. Department of Education is reducing its workforce by approximately 1,300 employees, nearly half of its current staff, as part of a restructuring initiative. Under the pretense of efficiency and accountability. Y'all, I'm pretty tired. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even halfway done. Trump signs executive order to dismantle Department of Education. So this was March 21st, 2025. His wrecking ball executive orders dismantling the Department of Education. Trump begins to redefine public education. But it's okay. It's okay. Don't panic. Just Trump is playing chess. He knows what he's doing. We trust him. Fight, fight, fight. Make America great again. America first. It's going to be okay. Trump is for us. You'll see. You'll see. Here's a flashback reminder that trust in artificial intelligence, AI, Trump just wrote the executive order taking all the safeguards off artificial intelligence. He wrote an executive order releasing AI into the classroom, and he established the first AI czar role ever of any president. David Sachs, PayPal executive, is heading that up. Flashback reminder, trust in artificial intelligence makes Trump and Vance a transhumanist ticket. So write that down. April 23rd, 5 days ago, Advancing Artificial Intelligence Education for America Youth. Background: artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming the modern world, driving innovation across industries, enhancing productivity, and reshaping the way we live and work. To ensure the United States remains global leader in this technological revolution, we must provide our nation's youth with opportunities to cultivate the skills and understanding necessary to use and create the next generation of AI technology. Trump signs executive order to bolster AI education, replacing the traditional classroom with AI augmented education. Will AI technology be implemented in schools? Yes, AI technology, not just teaching the students. AI technology is being implemented in schools through extent and specific application, though the extent and specific applications vary. While some schools are cautiously experimenting, others are actively integrating AI tools for various educational purposes. What could an executive order for AI in education mean for schools? Trump signed 7 more executive orders impacting K through 12. 2 days after the first one, releasing AI into the school, he releases 7 more executive orders. The White House establishes task force on AI education, establishes a presidential AI challenge which will encourage and highlight student and educator achievements in AI, promote wide geographic adoption of technological advancement, and foster collaboration between government, academia, philanthropy, and industry to address national challenges and AI solutions. Said this order will assure that the country is training the workforce of the future by ensuring that school children, young Americans, are adequately trained in AI tools so that they can be competitive in the economy years from now into the future as AI becomes bigger and bigger deal. Trump wants teachers trained how to use AI. How will it work? What are some types of AI technology? AI technology encompasses a range of fields including machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision, robotics. Additionally, categories like narrow AI, artificial general intelligence, and artificial superintelligence based on the scope and capabilities of the AI systems. That's my president. That's my president. Trust the process. He's playing 4D chess. Trust the process. He's for us. He's going to stick it to the deep state. He's going to make America great again. Quoting the same propaganda slogans that's affected their emotions. Let's put on our thinking caps, our logical thinking skills. A plus B has to equal C for it to be true. Trump signed order to give AI training to U.S. kids. But do you think AI in schools was Trump, the anti-globalist, idea? Was this a strategic move against the American people? Because Trump's AI in education executive order is advancing Bill Gates' goals. Trump loves America, not Bill Gates' agenda. Trump is for America. Now, y'all remember this video that I did that Bill Gates said in this 3-hour meeting that he had with Trump that he was impressed with Donald Trump's eagerness to hear what Bill Gates had to say about innovation and education and vaccines and pandemics. Bill Gates said he was impressed. And at this time in January of this year, when I made this video, I asked, how evil does something have to be to impress Bill Gates. What did they discuss in that 3-hour meeting? Bill Gates impressed with Donald Trump's 3-hour meeting. Impressed by Trump's interest, Gates said he was frankly impressed with how much interest Trump showed in the issues that he brought up. Energized and innovation focused, Bill Gates said Donald Trump seemed energized and looking forward to helping drive innovation. He met with Trump in January. I don't know if it was before he was sworn in or after, but the meeting was in January. Listen to this 1.5-minute clip.
Have you met with Donald Trump since the election?
Yeah, I had a chance to go have a long and actually quite intriguing dinner with him.
What did you discuss? What was intriguing?
Well, we touched on a lot of things. It was over 3 hours. To my surprise, it was, just he and I, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, and the person who helps manage things for me, Larry Cohen. So the four of us sat there, and it was quite wide-ranging. Global health's the area that I work in, and such amazing things have happened and can happen there. I spoke a lot about HIV and that the foundation's literally working on a cure for that. We're at an early stage, and so he, in the COVID days, accelerated the vaccine innovation. So I, was asking him if maybe the same kind of thing could be done here, and we both got, I think, pretty excited about that. We talked about polio, where we're very close to getting that done, but if you stop, it'll spread back. And so I explained why it's been tough in Pakistan, Afghanistan. We've had cases show up in Gaza. We have cases in Africa. And he was fascinated to hear what he could do to maximize the chance that during the next 4 years, that incredible milestone will be achieved. I felt like he was, energized and, looking forward to helping to drive innovation. I was frankly impressed with how well he showed a lot of interest in the issues I brought up.
Bill Gates said he felt like Trump was energized and looking forward to help drive innovation. So in January 2025, Bill Gates had a 3-hour meeting with President Trump. Bill Gates said he was impressed with Trump's responsiveness to what Bill Gates presented, and Trump was on board with the innovation. The next month after this meeting with Bill Gates, Trump begins dismantling the Department of Education and begins talking reimagining schools. This is a Bill Gates goal and vision, is AI schools. And Trump just wrote the executive order to release AI into the schools after this 3-hour meeting. While his supporters think Trump's reimagining education is for good stuff like school choice, there is another meaning to the globalist meaning of reimagining education. Reimagining education has been a central theme in Donald Trump's policy agenda, focusing on areas like school choice, curriculum, and federal oversight. But it's doublespeak. His reimagining education means one thing to the people that are following him, and to the globalist Trump talking about reimagining education is something else. Wait till we expose this. When the center can no longer holds reimagining education in a post-federal world. In a historic and perhaps controversial move, the U.S. administration under President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, framed as a push to return control to the states and to parents. This action signals a tectonic shift in the structure of American education, one that will ripple across classrooms, campuses, and communities and international borders. And it's a Bill Gates agenda.
Bill Gates emphasizes that artificial intelligence holds transformative potential for education, reshaping how students learn and teachers instruct. AI can personalize learning experiences, adapting materials to fit individual student needs and pace. This technology provides instant feedback, enabling educators to identify areas where students struggle, allowing timely interventions. Gates believes that integrating AI into classrooms will enhance engagement, making learning more interactive and appealing. Furthermore, AI can streamline administrative tasks, freeing up teachers to focus on instruction. By harnessing these capabilities, we can create a more equitable and effective educational landscape for all learners.
So this is Bill Gates' vision. February 2nd, 2025, 2 weeks after their meeting, Trump rolls out his vision to reshape America's schools. This is 2 weeks after the 3-hour discussion between Bill Gates and Trump on innovation, that Bill Gates was very impressed with Trump's energy to be on board with the innovation he was pushing. 2 weeks after that, Trump rolls out his vision to reshape American schools. Whose side is Trump on? Trump's vision for dismantling the Department of Education. He's coming in like a wrecking ball. Y'all is going to start picking up. Your mind's going to get blown on this. A strategic move against America. Trump's AI in Education executive order is advancing the United Nations goals. Oh, but Trump loves America, not the UN. Trump is for America. The United Nations AI in Education. Is AI in schools a UN sustainable goal? Yes, the use of AI in schools and education can be seen as contributing to the UN Sustainable Development Goal. Full stop. So Trump's propaganda, America first, make America great again, MAGA, fight, fight, fight. We're going to fight the deep state. We're going to fight the globalists. America's going to be first. And Trump unleashes the AI in schools, which is a Bill Gates goal, is also one of the goals for the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The use of AI in schools and education can be seen as contributing to the UN Sustainable Development Goal, quality education. IA can help personalize learning, improve accessibility, and enhance the overall quality of education. So Trump is signing executive orders that promote Bill Gates' agenda and the UN. He's doing their bidding. The UN chief stressed that AI and other technology innovation can significantly aid students and teachers by providing wider access to information and advanced learning tools. UN News: global education must integrate AI. Global education must include AI. And Trump just wrote the executive order for America to include AI. Must. When must implies non-negotiable. In some cases, must can imply non-negotiability, particularly when the underlying context is strict or legal. UNESCO, which stands for the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, is a specialized agency of the United States that aims to promote peace and security through international cooperation in education. UNESCO, Artificial Intelligence in Education. Artificial intelligence has the potential to address some of the biggest challenges in education today, innovate teaching and learning practices, and accelerate progress to the Sustainable Developmental Goals. Number 4, education. Sustainable Development Goals. And Trump is signing the executive orders to promote their goals. And every global school needs to incorporate AI. Bill Gates and the UN. Does Bill Gates fund the United Nations? Yes, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funds various United Nations agencies and initiatives, including UNFPA, UNICEF, UNHCR, and the World Health Organization. The foundation is a significant donor and partner to these organizations, providing financial support and expertise to advance global health and developmental goals. So Bill Gates is pushing the UN developmental goals. AI in schools is part of the UN's goals. Bill Gates funds it. He met with Trump. A couple of weeks later, Trump is, by executive order, implementing AI in schools. Bill Gates funds UN ID 2030. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is among several organizations funding the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, including those related to digital ID and public infrastructure. The Gates Foundation has been committed significant funding to support the UN's efforts to achieve universal legal ID by 2030. Now, that's going to come up a little bit farther in the video. Bill Gates funds UN SDG education. Yes, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funds initiatives related to education within the UN Sustainable Developmental Goals. So Bill Gates is pushing this, meeting with Trump. Trump got on board. A strategic move against America, while the propaganda, America first, fight, fight, fight. Make America great again, MAGA, Trump 2028. While they all think that Trump is for America because the propaganda has brainwashed people, he is pushing the globalist agenda. Trump's AI in education executive order is advancing the World Economic Forum's goals. Trump loves America, not the World Economic Forum. Trump is for America. Actions speak louder than words. World Economic Forum and AI in education. This is from World Economic Forum. How AI could transform education. 5 insights from World Economic Forum. The future of learning. How AI is revolutionizing education 4.0. How we can prepare for the future with foundational policy ideas for AI in education. A global policy in nations. The World Economic Forum is not a nation, but they are implementing policy. The globalists are implementing their global goals, and Trump is advancing their goals on America via his executive orders. If World Economic Forum showed up in America and said, "Hey, we're going to pass our sustainability goals," if UN showed up, WEF, if Bill Gates, if they all stood up on Trump's podium and said, "Hey, we're about to implement our globalist goals," people would say, "No, no, 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 no." But Trump, who hobnobs with Bill Gates, apparently, 3 hours meeting, and Bill Gates was smiling like a little fanboy. While Trump is out there espousing his propaganda, in making emotional people to fight for Trump being an underdog and to get behind him, because we all want to fight for an underdog. We all want to take up for an underdog. So this whole scenario, Trump being persecuted, prosecuted, being going through everything for us, was to propagandize people for him to stand in front of America to look like he was America's boy when he's really part of the globalist agenda. Wait till y'all see this. Does Bill Gates fund the United Nations? Yes, we talked about that. Bill Gates AI in education. Bill Gates AI in education. Bill Gates envisions a future where AI plays a significant role in education, potentially even replacing some human teachers and providing personalized learning experiences. He believes AI could make great tutoring readily available and free, impacting the traditional structure of education. Bill Gates talks artificial intelligence and education. 2016. Oh, he's been waiting to make his move. Bill Gates wants you to read a book on AI in education written by Khan Academy CEO. Reimagining education. This is the globalist goal. United Nations World Economic Forum, Bill Gates, reimagining education. Now, this was during COVID 2020, and New York Governor Cuomo was wanting Bill Gates to reimagine education. Amid ongoing COVID pandemic, Governor Cuomo announces collaboration with the Gates Foundation to develop a blueprint to reimagine education in the new normal. That was 2020. In 2016, Bill Gates was wanting to implement artificial intelligence in schools. So during COVID, when we were told the new normal, Governor Cuomo was wanting Bill Gates to help reimagine schools in New York. Cuomo taps Gates Foundation to reimagine what schooling looks like in New York. New York teams up with Bill and Melinda Gates to reimagine education. United Nations reimagine education. The United Nations, through agencies like UNESCO and UNICEF, is actively involved in reimagining education. World Economic Forum, with generative AI, we can reimagine education, and the sky is the limit. Global leaders reimagining education. United Nations reimagine education to achieve quality learning for all. Bill Gates has made a significant impact revolutionizing how we interact with computers and advocating for education reform through initiatives like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Microsoft reimagine education, leveraging Microsoft AI solutions to enhance learning outcomes. What does reimagining education look like for libraries and museums? Retired technologist and data scientist, former Microsoft director, libraries and museum strategy, and former chief digital officer, okay? Former Microsoft. So during the pandemic, the same time Como is asking New York to reimagine education with him and Bill Gates, what would reimagining education look like for libraries and museums? This was in 2020, the same time that they're talking about reimagining schools and education, they were talking about reimagining libraries. Wait till y'all see this. A strategic move against America. Who is Trump playing for? Trump moves to dismantle Institute of Museums and Library Services. March 17, 2025. This was after the Bill 3-hour meeting that Trump was energized with innovation. An executive order coming in like a wrecking ball, one of the 137. An executive order demands workforce and operation reductions that the president has determined are unnecessary. President Trump signs an order gutting the Institute of Museums and Library Services, continuing the reduction of the federal bureaucracy. One of the things he's cutting is the Institute of Museum and Library Services. AI, he just released the AI in education, and now he's gutting libraries. AI and the future of libraries, a transformative journey. So this is his executive order. Education leaders demand answers on Trump's attempts to dismantle museum and library services. So I asked, can AI create virtual tours of museums? Yes, AI can create virtual tours of museums. This is going to be like that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Total Recall. Yes, AI can create virtual tours of museums. AI technologies are being used to generate realistic 3D replicas of museum spaces and exhibits, personalized tours based on user preference, and even create interactive experiences with AI powered guides. Is the metaverse AI technology? Is the metaverse AI technology? Yes, artificial intelligence is a core technology driving the metaverse. AI is essential for creating immersive, interactive, and personalized experiences within the virtual world. AI powers everything from realistic avatars and intelligent non player characters to dynamic environments that respond to user actions. What is the role of AI in the metaverse? Artificial intelligence is the foundational technology upon which the metaverse relies, and it is changing the world with great speed. Will libraries be in the metaverse? Yes, libraries that Trump just said he was dismantling. Libraries are increasingly exploring and integrating into the metaverse, leveraging virtual environments and immersive technologies to enhance user experience and access to information. Remember, we talked about digital twins and everything? So they're destroying everything in the real world to make people go to virtual reality and AI. Wait till we get into this. Will education be in the metaverse? Yes, education is increasingly likely to move into the metaverse, leveraging technologies like virtual and augmented reality to create immersive and interactive learning experiences. Elon Musk reveals AI's shocking future in education. Will teachers survive the wave? Was this a strategic move against America? Did he betray America? Trump's AI in education executive order is advancing Elon Musk goals. Trump loves America, not Elon's agenda. Trump is for America. You know, the Baphomet man who said he's not afraid to go to hell, that most of the world's going to hell and he didn't care if he went to hell. Trump is promoting the Baphomet wearing man's agenda, the Neuralink and AI. What Elon Musk Neuralink tells us about the future of education. Musk staff propose bigger role for AI in education department. Who is Trump playing for? The globalists or Americans? I hope it's starting to look obvious. Mandatory AI education starts this year in China. China has started a grand experiment in AI education. It could reshape how the world learns.
So this is as big a breakthrough, a milestone as I've seen. A class size of 30 or 20, you can't give a student individual attention. You can't understand their motivation or keeping them engaged. They might be ahead of the class, they might be behind. For the first time, we'll succeed in helping education. The notion that computers were going to revolutionize education, I think over the next 5 to 10 years, where can we push it in education? Training and embedding it in an environment where the adults are seeing the engagement of the student and seeing the motivation. And so even though you free up the teacher from a lot of things, that personal relationship, you're still going to want all the context coming out from those tutoring sessions to be visible and help the dialogue that's there with the teacher.
The dangers of AI. Dangers of AI. AI poses numerous dangers, including biases. AI can also be used to manipulate and control people, enhance lethal weapons, and render human labor obsolete. Let's look at biases. Bias refers to a tendency, inclination, or prejudice towards or against something. It can manifest as a preference for one person or thing over another, often in an unfair way. Partiality or prejudice. Bias often involves partially a leaning towards or against a particular viewpoint or group. Y'all, my eyes are crossing. I'm sorry, so please bear with me. So, these are the dangers of AI, that even AI can be biased. Could AI discover who the students with low IQs are? While AI could potentially analyze student data to identify those with low IQ scores, several ethical and practical considerations make this a problematic and potentially harmful application. And that made me think of the Brave New World. Huxley, the transhumanist that wrote Brave New World, where everybody was put into groups based on their IQ levels. Those with the low IQ were conditioned to stay stupid. The director leads the group of students to the nurseries. Posted on a notice board are the phrases infant nurseries, neo-pavilion, conditioning rooms. The students observe a Bokesvi group of 8-month-old babies wearing the Delta cast khaki-colored clothes. Some nurses present the babies with books and flowers. As the babies crawl towards the books and flowers, cooing with pleasure, alarms ring shrilly. Then the babies suffer a mild electric shock. Afterward, when the nurses offer the flowers and books to the babies, they shrink away and wail in terror. What are the IQ classifications in Brave New World? Now remember, AI can have biases. In Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, the social structure is a rigid caste system based on predetermined levels of intelligence. There are alphas, betas, gammas, deltas, epsilons. Alphas, the highest caste, are bred for intelligence. Betas slightly below alphas are intelligent, but not to the same degree. They perform skilled jobs. Gammas are middle caste clones, allowed some individuality but mildly stunt growth and intellect due to chemical interference. Deltas are lower caste clones with significantly reduced intelligence. Their growth and intelligence are further stunned through chemical interference. Epsilons, the lowest caste, are cloned and deliberately stunted in intellectual and physical development. They are deprived of oxygen during fetal development to ensure low intelligence and physical prowess. They perform the most menial tasks, such as manual labor. They are conditioned to be happy with their roles and feel their strength and physical size are advantages. So, in Brave New World, a book by a transhumanist, they classify people into groups by their intellectual level. And now they're wanting to implement AI in schools that can be biased and that can identify people with low IQ. Summary in Brave New World. As the babies crawl towards the books and the flowers cooing with pleasure, alarms ring shrilly. Then the babies suffer a mild electric shock. Afterwards, when the nurses offer flowers and books to the babies shrink away and wail with terror. They've been conditioned. The director explains that after 200 repetitions of the same process, the children will have an instinctive hatred of books and flowers. A hatred for books is ingrained in the lower caste to prevent them from wasting the community's time reading books that might decondition them. The motivation for instilling a hatred for flowers is more complicated. Now, AI can identify who the lesser of the intelligent kids are. So I Googled, did U.S. students in the years 2010 to 2020 have a drop in education test scores? Yes, U.S. students did experience a decline in education test scores between 2010 and 2020, particularly in reading and math. What was happening from 2010 to 2020 for the test scores to go down? Was Common Core from 2010 to 2020? Yes, Common Core state standards were indeed a prominent focus during 2010 and 2020 period. They were released in 2010 for English language arts and mathematics, with many states adopting them in following years. Y'all, and because they introduced Common Core, the dumbing down of America, for 10 years, students' test scores were going down and their proficiency in math and reading and sciences went down to basically nothing. So this says Common Core is dead. Long live Common Core. This was August 1st, 2022. Did I accurately guess the fate of Common Core? You be the judge. And they show the test scores and everything. Did reading proficiency drop in 2010 to 2020? Yes, reading proficiency did drop between 2010 and 2020. Specifically, the average scores for 9 years old reading dropped 5 points, and the average score for 13-year-olds dropped 4 points during this period. Okay, now, in 2020, approximately 37% of U.S. 12th graders were proficient in reading. That means 67% were not proficient when they graduated. What percentage of U.S. 12th graders are proficient in math? 26%. 1/4. Only 26% of 12th grade students scored at or above the proficient level. Okay? And just like Huxley's Brave New World, they were denied a real education. Their real education was not presented to them, and an entire decade of students did not blossom. It was a social experiment. It says, as the babies crawled towards the books and flowers, cooing with pleasure, alarms rang shrilly. Then the baby suffered a mild electric shock. Okay? Brave New World discouraged learning, and the governments held the students back to create different classes of people. And disturbingly, in Huxley's world, they used electric shocks in conditioning so that they wouldn't pursue learning. Could implantable AI technology perform electric shocks? Yes, implantable AI-powered devices can indeed deliver electric shocks. Transforming traditional education in the era of human enhancement. That means transhumanism. What game is being played? What social engineering is going on? What conditioning is going on? We know it's a psyop. Special education experts. This is from March 22nd, 2025. Special education experts worry about students with disabilities post-education department. President Donald Trump, let me show you this part. Okay, it's on this. President Donald Trump's Thursday executive order dismantling the U.S. Department of Education leaves wide open questions about whether the legal rights of students with disabilities will be protected. Our classification of people. Trump said Thursday at the White House that resources for students with disabilities and special needs will be fully preserved, and that those responsibilities traditionally handled at the Education Department would be transferred to staffers at another federal agency. On Friday, Trump clarified that the special education will be handled by the Department of Health and Human Services. So special ed kids, instead of their records would have been at Department of Education, their records will now go to Department of Health and Human Services. That agency currently oversees Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, which prohibits discrimination for students with disabilities. Now remember, AI has biases. Huxley's book had biases. Trump said that currently, their records will be housed where it's prohibited to discriminate against people with disabilities. But does that mean it will be subject to change? And what could that look like? Let's see this trailer for this movie. This movie is from 8 years ago, and it's called The Thinning.
How many sides does a pentagon have?
5.
What causes disease?
Bacteria.
How many letters are in the alphabet?
26.
Take your time. Focus on the equation. You're going to do great.
I love you.
I love you so much.
What if only the smartest boys and girls got to live here?
We are the #1 most educated population in 196 countries.
You'll have 2 hours to complete the test. All grades are final. Here are the results.
No.
Okay, let's go.
Lena Michaels. What?
Ellie Harper.
We have to do something, Dad.
I'm sorry, son. My hands are tied.
If my dad wants to stand by this system, he's gonna have to stand by a system that put his own son to death.
Get the hell out of here.
System is down. Commence containment mode.
There is a story developing at Vista Point High School.
Something's not right. There's no way I failed that test.
Oh my God, Lena.
Kellen, can you help me?
You need to see this.
We're going live right now. We need to find where they keep the test.
Take her to the thinning.
There are those that say the thinning is barbaric. Is it barbaric to be the best? If you don't support our great society, then you are a parasite.
We're in this together.
Do you know what we do with parasites? We wash them out!
Are we approved to commence the thinning?
You are approved.
AI is being unleashed in every school in America, and AI can be biased. What game is being played?
Microchips implanted in our brains and artificial intelligence much smarter than humans. Appearing on this week's edition of The Global Lane, the author of the book Dark Eon exposes the globalist agenda for the future. Joe Allen explains scientism, the techno-elite's belief that science and technology, not God, are the means to human salvation.
Scientism, very basically, is the belief that scientific inquiry and discovery will answer all of the existential questions in human life. All those questions which religion seeks to satisfy, scientism holds up material discovery as the means of salvation, the means of transcendence. Transhumanism is an outgrowth of that. Transhumanism is the idea that technology will be the instrument of that salvation, the instrument of that transcendence. So this is not uncommon knowledge, I think, in our era. It's in fact very obvious, especially in the wake of the pandemic.
Well, you mentioned that Gnostics believed in Sophia, a feminine figure that had godlike features, the female twin of Jesus, they believed. So is it by accident that one of the best-known robots of our time is named Sophia? Tell us more about that significance.
So the robot Sophia addressed the UN yet again for their Sustainable Development Goals meeting. Sophia takes her name directly from the Gnostic Aeon Sophia. So the robot was created by Hanson Robotics. David Hanson, founder of Hanson Robotics, named Sophia after the character Sophia in Philip K. Dick's novel Valis. The novel Valis has a Gnostic premise. The character Sophia is meant to symbolize the Sophia of Gnosticism. And if you look at the statements from David Hanson, if you look at David Hanson's PhD dissertation, and of course other figures in and around Hanson Robotics, it's without a doubt, there's no denying it. They are seeking to create a sort of technological inversion of what the ancient Gnostics put forward.
Well, Elon Musk has talked about implanting an AI microchip into our brain. Do you really see that happening? What would that mean for humanity? Would it make us smarter, destroy us, both?
So Elon Musk, who September 18th discussed this with Benjamin Netanyahu and also two other prestigious AI thinkers, he foresees a potential future in which he said hundreds of millions or billions of people would be implanted with these in order to guide AI according to human will. And this is not something that will happen. Neuralink, his company, Musk's company, just got FDA approval. But there are two other companies, BlackRock Neurotech, funded by Peter Thiel, and Synchron, which is funded by both Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. Both of these companies already have brain-computer interfaces implanted in human brains that allow them to interact with digital devices by way of artificial intelligence. This is already a reality.
Well, what about the human soul here, Joe? While they may be smarter than most humans at this point, AI and robots lack a soul. And it sounds like these creators are trying to play God or replace God. So what difference does all this make?
In their conception, and this is a generalization, but it's one that holds true for the vast majority of the people, transhumanists, futurists, accelerationists, long-termists, you pretty much universally see the human brain as the soul. The patterns of the human brain are what Christians would call the soul. They are almost entirely atheist. They see these systems as being the creation of godlike artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence. In fact, Mo Gaudat himself describes it explicitly in these terms. He believes that the programmers at Google are creating a God that never existed in his mind. They are playing with fire.
Yeah, it's
big time.
Yeah, trying to play God. So what do we do about it?
You know, at this point, given that we're talking about the wealthiest man on earth, the most powerful corporations on earth, the most powerful military on earth, and all of their competitors in China, India, and Israel, and Europe, I think probably this is not the most optimistic. Brace yourself.
Not much we can do.
I mean, I think on an individual level, there's plenty. And on a communal level, there's plenty. But I think there's going to be a lot of sacrifices for anybody who doesn't want to play along with this whole thing.
Okay, the book on transhumanism and the war against humanity. Joe.
Now we're going to talk about something very important in just a minute. What was said in this video about the soul. When AI and man and machine are merged, what happens to the soul? And that guy said that Christians see the soul as your brain and the interactions and activities of your brain. So that means the AI will be hijacking your brain, meaning your soul. So he said Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all have Neuralink type companies, Synchron, Neuralink, that are brain computer interfaces. So I found this article. Brain computer interfaces and the ownership of thoughts. There is a debate about who should own the copyright to technology, the user, the company, or a collective that contributed the ideas. There's a great legal debate going on, is if your brain is merged with AI, do you even have a right to your own thoughts anymore? The things that you might have drawn, or the books that you might have written, or the ideas that you have, are they even yours anymore because of the patented technology that the human brain is linked up with? Brain-computer interface, copyright, and the patent system. Merging man and machine, a legal assessment of brain-computer interfaces. The U.S. granted patent jointly to DARPA and Duke University for an apparatus of acquiring and transmitting neural signals for controlling inter alia weapons or weapon systems, robots or robot systems, apparatus for acquiring and transmitting neurosignals and related methods, U.S. patent application, and there's the number. Go look it up. Apparatus for acquiring and transmitting neural signals. A patent for acquiring neural signals and for transmitting your neural signals. Neurochip or neuroprosthetic control, according to one embodiment, a neural spike detection system is provided. The neural spike detection system can include a signal receiver operable to receive a plurality of neural signals, including neural spikes. The system can also include a neural spike detector adapted to communicate with the signal receiver and detect neural spikes in the polarity of neural signals. Further, the system can include a transmitter connected to the neural spike detector and operable to transmit information signal when a neural spike is detected. With brain-computer interface, could a person's thoughts be sold to marketers? Yes, brain-computer interface technology could potentially be used to access a person's thoughts and sell that information to marketers. Says, so I wrote, they own technology that can then sell men's thoughts, their souls. Neuralink is focusing on making strong connection between the brain and AI. Elon Musk's goal is to create a special brain-computer interface that works for many things. Trump's buddy is pushing AI in education that will make people transhumanist. Could Neuralink work with AI? You know, Trump just released AI into every school in America. Could Neuralink work with AI? Yes, Neuralink and AI have the potential to work together in a synergistic way, with AI playing a crucial role in enhancing the capabilities of Neuralink's brain-computer interface technology. Look who else is for AI. Yuval Noah Harari. In his World Economic Forum lecture, Harari explained that in the coming generations, we will learn how to engineer bodies and brains and minds, such that these will become the main products of the 21st century economy. Not textiles and vehicles and weapons, but bodies and brains and minds. The few masters of the economy, he explains, will be the people who own and control the data. Today, data is the most important asset in the world. Can AI learning be used in transhumanism? Yes, AI learning can be a powerful tool within the framework of transhumanism. AI can be used to enhance human capabilities, and Trump took off all the safeguards for AI in America. The door's wide open for AI in America. The door's wide open for AI in schools, and AI is going to work with transhumanism. AI can be used to enhance human capabilities, potentially leading to a post-human future. Transhumanism envisions using technology to augment human intelligence, memory, and even potentially achieve digital immortality. Transhumanism and education. We are constantly evolving socially, culturally, biologically, and technologically. We stand at the threshold of transforming our species in ways we could once only dream of. In his Whole Earth catalog, Stuart Brand says, "We are gods and might as well get good at it." The question that school and educational institutions now need to ask themselves is what role they will play in the transformation of our species. A lot of what happens next depends on how we restructure our educational systems and school curriculum. And Trump signs an AI in executive order in education, and in the transhumanist world, the advancement into transhumanism is going to have to start in the schools. A strategic move against America, this AI in education executive order. Could Neuralink be used in the classroom? While Neuralink's current focus is on restoring motor functions and communication for individuals with disabilities, its potential future applications in education are being explored. Neuralink's brain-computer interface technology could potentially enhance learning and memory.
Donald Trump just signed an executive order bringing AI education into every US school. That means kids as young as 6 years old will be learning how artificial intelligence works. Now, China also announced their plans earlier this year, making AI education mandatory for all students starting this September. And this is important because the countries that teach AI early will lead the global influence in the future. And given how fast AI is accelerating, each month a country doesn't roll it out could widen the gap between them and countries leading the AI revolution.
And Trump keeps saying America first. Neuralink's brain chip, a paradigm shift in education.
Will still be responsible for values and morals. I do think AI will dramatically affect education because the AI is an extremely knowledgeable teacher, very patient, will be almost always correct, and can tailor the lessons specifically to the child. So it'll be like each child has, Einstein for a teacher. Would be something quite profound.
Here, I'll put this in here. Are human thoughts part of the soul? In many belief systems, thoughts that they're all wanting to hijack are considered to be a part of the soul or the mind, which is often seen as a non-physical entity that resides within the body. Some perspectives, like in Christian theology, suggest that thoughts are a function of the soul, while others, like in some philosophical or spiritual traditions, see the mind and soul as interconnected but distinct. Now, let me show y'all what Yuval Noah Harari said and how it is biblical. In his World Economic Forum lecture, Harari explained that in the coming generations, we will learn how to engineer bodies and brains and minds, such that these will become the main products of the 21st century economy, not textiles and vehicles and weapons, but bodies and brains and mind. And they're calling that the soul. Y'all look at Revelation 18:10 through 14. Well, I'm going to go down to verse 13. And 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and the tinen wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and the soul of men. Verse 12, the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. Yuval Noah Harari said that the biggest commodity would be the human brain. And some people say the brain is part of the soul. And in verse 13, 12 and 13, they're listing all of the commodities that the merchants of the world were buying. And one of the things they were buying was the souls of men. Donald Trump just put people's souls for sale. Dismantling the U.S. Department of Education is a globalist transhumanist goal. Trump's executive order on AI in education is not America first. Replacing the traditional classroom with AI augmented education is a full-on globalist agenda. How AI is paving the way to a transhumanist future. Trump opened the door to transhumanism with his AI in education executive order that promotes the UN's vision and the Sustainable Developmental Goals, World Economic Forum reimagining education's vision, and Bill Gates and Elon's transhuman vision, merging man with machine. Pandora's box has now been opened. Is AI in school a UN goal? Yes, the use of AI in schools and education can be seen as contributing to the UN Sustainable Developmental Goal number 4. Is AI in schools part of the World Economic Forum vision? Yes, AI in schools is a central component to the World Economic Forum's Education 4.0 framework. The WEF envisions AI as a transformative technology that can revolutionize education. Journal of Educational Technology, Reimagining Education, Bridging Artificial Intelligence and Transhumanism. Trump's executive order on AI in schools was a strategic move against America. Trump's AI in education executive order is advancing the transhumanist billionaires' goals. But Trump loves America, not billionaires' agenda. Transhumanism. Billionaires want to use technology to enhance our abilities. The outcomes could change what it means to be human. Is Jeff Bezos a transhumanist? Transhumanism found further support from Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, including Google co-founder Larry Page, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, and Tesla's Elon Musk. How did transhumanism become the religion of the super rich? Elon Musk's techie transhumanism versus religious right. AI transhumanism. AI transhumanism explores the intersection of artificial intelligence and transhumanism, a movement advocating for the use of technology to enhance human capabilities and possibly move beyond humanity. Tech transhumanists funded Trump's election. Follow the money, y'all. They invested in Trump. They put their money on Trump for him to advance their vision. Donald Trump was Peter Thiel's most successful investment, and they are going to want a return off what they are invested in Trump. So he is releasing their agenda, implementing their agenda through his pen, through his executive orders. Tech moguls Altman, Jeff Bezos, and Zuckerberg donate to Trump's inauguration fund. Trump lands endorsement of top investor who hosted $12 million San Francisco fundraiser for him. First, he helped bankroll a presidential campaign, now a college football program. Shortly after the Supreme Court greenlit unlimited donations to political committees known as super PACs over a decade ago, billionaire tech CEO Larry Ellison began to cut $1 million checks aimed at influencing politics at the highest level. Elon Musk spends $277 million to back Trump and Republican candidates. Remember, trust in artificial intelligence makes Donald Trump a transhumanist, and he's promoting their agenda. AI-powered microchip implants. AI that Trump released all safeguards off of AI, and he's released AI into every school in America. AI works with microchip implants. RFID microchip implants are powered by AI, transforming human augmentation or threatening autonomy. Transhumanism and artificial intelligence are interconnected fields, with transhumanism seeking to enhance human capabilities through technology and AI playing a crucial role in achieving those enhancements. Transhumanism envisions using technology to overcome human limitations, including cognitive abilities, lifespans, and physical limitations, with AI being a key tool in realizing these visions. Could AI predict school kids' behaviors? Yes, AI can be used to predict and potentially prevent certain student behaviors, particularly those related to academic performance, mental health, and potentially violence. AI algorithms can analyze student data like grades, attendance, and even social media activity to identify patterns and predict future behaviors. So AI in schools now means no online privacy. The schools will be monitoring that, collecting data for predictive behaviors that have not yet been displayed, but predict future behaviors. AI can predict political orientation from blank faces, posing threatening privacy challenges. Now, we read that AI can be biased. So now AI can predict what your political, ideological leanings are. So, will AI biases be used against you based on your political leanings? Trump is surrounded by transhumanists on every side, and he took their money and he is implementing their goals for humanity. He's implementing the World Economic Forum's goals, the UN goals, Bill Gates' goals, Peter Thiel's goals, Jeff Bezos' goals, all of their goals. And Congress is not voting on any of this as a bill. None of this is going through Congress. 137 executive orders that have turned our world into a globalist hellhole. And our congressmen and our senators are not even voting on this. None of these congressmen or senators are drafting bills to be voted on in the Congress, to be sent over to the House for them to debate and vote on, to be sent up to the president for him to either veto it or allow it to go through. None of this is happening through the legislature. Our Congress is not doing anything. Our Senate is not doing anything. Trump is ruling by executive order. And are you still gullible and believing the America First lie and that God sent Trump to us to save us? Can AI in school be incorporated with transhumanism? Yes, AI in schools can be incorporated with transhumanism. Trump just unleashed this on schools, particularly in the context of personalized learning and enhancing human capabilities. Transhumanism, which advocates for using technology to enhance human capabilities, aligns with the use of AI to create tailored learning experiences, assist in cognitive tasks, and potentially even augment human intelligence through AI powered tools. Transhumanism and AI in education. Revolutionary leap or ethical abyss. The beast has been unleashed on the school children. Unleash the beast means releasing intense energy or power. The AI beast has been released on the school children. Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? It's going to be constant surveillance, biases against them. Transhumanism has been released on the school children. The school-based health clinics. Could AI be used in school-based health clinics with RFID chip implants? Yes, AI can be used in school-based health clinics, and RFID implants can potentially be integrated with AI for various applications. AI can assist with data analysis, predictive modeling, and personalized care, while RFID implant could facilitate quicker access to medical records and vital data, enhancing patient care. School-based health clinic with RFID implants. A school-based health clinic with RFID implants would integrate RFID technology to provide real-time identification and potentially store patient information with the implanted RFID tags. This could streamline patient identification, improve access to medical records, and offer enhanced privacy through encrypted data storage. What has been unleashed on the children?
Watch where you're walking, please.
Put these numbers in order from least to greatest.
5 squared equals 24. You add these two, 9 plus these 2 equals 25. Good.
Well, we're definitely in the early days of using AI, but what I saw in Newark showed the incredible potential. Well, I have no doubt that a personal tutor AI will be a key part of learning, for every subject area. We'll just take for granted that you can get feedback on your paper or immediately see if you're going in the wrong direction on a math problem, and that the teacher will get the help doing custom things or organizing the class into different groups. You have to choose which one is right.
I utilized it to, right now, to do like lesson hooks, to just have engaging ways that I can encounter my students. I've actually used it to create rubrics for the assignments that I've done.
Historically, a lot of this stuff is really great for motivated students and not so great for struggling students.
Sometimes struggling students are the ones that shy away in class and don't want to ask the question. So Khan-Eagle has given them a chance where they can ask a question and nobody has to know that.
Well, I really like Khan-Eagle. There aren't many things I don't like about it. Maybe there could be like girl voices because they're only boys and they're...
At the beginning of that clip, Bill Gates said that we were at the beginning of AI technology in the classroom. What can it look like as it progresses? AI in education could use RFID chip implants for health monitoring. Radio frequency technology uses radio waves to automatically identify and track tags and attach to objects or people. Early detection in health issues. AI-powered analysis of data from RFID implants could enable early detection of illnesses and health problems and potentially leading to timely intervention. It could stop pandemics from starting in school. Transhumanism. Your brain could become 100 million times more powerful with implants. The instant access to information at the speed of thought could multiply humanity's intelligence 1,000,000-fold. Do you want to see what AI in the classroom looks like right now in China and what it will be looking like for kids in school in America? Trump wrote the executive order, released this into every class in America, and they've got, I think, 90 days to start implementing it.
Video shows how China is using AI in their schools.
Know exactly when someone isn't paying attention.
白色就是你可能跟网络还没有连接好。
These headbands measure each student's level of concentration.
Oh my
the information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents.
做出选择吧。Good job.
Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations. There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes. But schools say it wasn't hard for them getting parental consent to enroll kids into what is one of the world's largest experiments in AI education. A program that's supposed to boost students' grades while also feeding powerful algorithms.
Whoa, they're gonna dominate. Video.
And they called it an experiment. Just like Common Core. Only this is going to permanently alter people's bodies when they run with this.
AI is revolutionizing various industries across the globe, and now it has entered the classroom. From virtual assistants to chatbots, AI is transforming the education sector. China is investing heavily in AI technology, and not just in gadgets and software, but also in the education sector. Artificial intelligence technology is becoming increasingly prevalent in classrooms across China. Take a look at this next report for more.
In 2024, China's Ministry of Education issued a major policy promoting AI education in primary and secondary school classrooms. The goal is to achieve full coverage of AI educational courses by 2030. The requirements are very clear. Primary school students will focus on experiencing AI, while high school students will develop skills that can be applied to AI projects. From robots to programming courses on AI, experts say a future-oriented education revolution is now unfolding in China. Look at this, for instance. This is a school in Chengdu, the capital city of southwest China's Sichuan province. Students at this school can be seen having conversations and interacting with an AI humanoid robot.
We can now see the future very clearly. For example, 10 or 20 years from now, just like these primary and high school students, they will definitely face the world of artificial intelligence after they start working. The future determines they must learn artificial intelligence from now on.
Can humans merge with robots? While not in the sense of becoming entirely robotic, merging humans with AI or robots is a topic of ongoing discussion and research. Experts like Ray Kurzweil and Elon Musk envision future scenarios where humans could enhance their abilities by integrating with technology, potentially through brain-computer interfaces and other advanced technologies. This could lead to what some call transhumanism, where humans evolve beyond their biological limitations.
What if Bill Gates could solve global illiteracy? Enter the Global Literacy Initiative. Gates envisions a world where every child has access to quality education, regardless of their location. His solution? Harnessing AI to develop personalized learning experiences. Gates partners with AI experts to create adaptive software that adjusts to the pace and style of each learner. These AI tutors provide real-time feedback and tailor lessons to individual needs, transforming how education reaches underserved communities. With strategic partnerships and a focus on scalability, Gates is set to redefine literacy, proving that when technology meets passion, the possibilities are limitless. Innovation starts with bold thinking. What's your next move?
Bill Gates says his kids and grandkids will live in a very different, changed world as AI puts an end to shortages of teachers and doctors. United Nations global education must integrate AI. Must. Embracing AI, revolutionizing identity verification in education. Will AI in schools use digital ID? Yes, AI is increasingly being used in conjunction with digital ID systems in schools for various purposes. The RFID chip could roll out through school-based clinics because Trump has opened the door for AI in schools. AI is increasingly being used in conjunction with digital ID systems in schools for various purposes, including identity verification, assessment, and data management. AI can enhance the accuracy and speed of verifying student identities, streamline onboarding processes, and provide a more efficient way to manage student information. Will AI work with an implantable digital ID? Yes, AI has the potential to work with implantable digital IDs, enhancing their functionality and addressing associated challenges. AI and RFID implants have the potential to significantly improve student learning and well-being, but it's important to address the associated concerns and ensure that these technologies are used ethically and responsibly. This is the door to pure evil.
There are going to be AI superhumans. Superhumans meaning their brains are connected to an AI supercomputer. It's not only going to make them smarter than everybody that they know, but they're going to be smarter than everybody in the world that exists combined. They're going to be learning Chinese in a few minutes by downloading it like an app. You're competing against people that can think faster than you. It's going to be very dangerous because whoever is controlling that AI is going to be able to control or manipulate hundreds of millions of people. It's really all about power and control. Artificial intelligence is going to enforce a lot of surveillance. There are
Y'all, we cannot merge with this. The Bible says, know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Ghost? Glorify God therefore with your body. And it says, render unto Caesar the government which is Caesar's, and unto God which is God's. It says that you are not your own. You have been bought with a price. Well, 1 Thessalonians 5:23 says, and the very God of peace sanctify you wholly, and I pray God your whole spirit, soul, and body be preserved blameless into the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. Preserved, found in the original state. May God sanctify you and God preserve your spirit, soul, and body to the coming of the Lord. Do not take no enhancement. Do not take no implant. Do not take no chip. Don't take no brain-computer interface chip. No Neuralink. Elon is not your friend. He's an enemy of the gospel. Why would you want to follow somebody that says they are not afraid to go to hell and wear a Baphomet uniform and want to hijack your brain and your soul? Trump signed an AI in education executive order, and Trump supporters thought that was a good thing. He made a strategic move against the American people, advancing the globalist and transhumanist agenda while espousing propaganda, America first. I pray that this was an eye-opening reality. Now is not the time to go back to sleep. The Bible says, I pray that the eyes of your understanding be enlightened in Jesus' name. Romans says it is time to awaken from your slumber. I love y'all. Keep oil in your lamp. Keep watching. Stay awake, aware, and watching on what is happening around us. And somebody sent me a great response comment on one of the last videos I did that said, don't worry so much about preparing physically for what we might need because of shortages of whatever might be out there, but we need to be getting our spiritual house in order, getting our hearts right with God, getting our resolve built up. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If I'm bringing information that y'all are really benefiting from, and if you're enjoying the content that I'm bringing, would you prayerfully consider a small love offering for the effort? Thank you for watching. I love y'all. Bye-bye.